Some places on Earth just feel wrong. There's an energy in the air, a heaviness that settles on your shoulders the moment you arrive. It's as if the land itself remembers every sorrow, every secret, and every shadow that ever passed through. Poveglia Island, hidden in the Venetian lagoon, is one of those places. A patch of land with a reputation that chills even the bravest souls. You step onto its soil, and a chill crawls up your spine. The air feels thick, as if the island itself is holding its breath, waiting for you to listen to its stories. The island is shrouded in mist, its buildings crumbling, its history steeped in suffering. Every stone and shattered window seems to whisper of pain and loss. This isn't a movie set, this is Poveglia, a real place with a reputation so dark, locals avoid it entirely. Even the bravest Venetians hesitate to speak its name after sunset. Even from a distance, an unsettling quiet takes over. The island seems to float in a world apart, cut off from the laughter and life of Venice. The usual sounds of Venice fade, replaced by eerie silence and the lapping of water. The gentle waves seem to carry warnings, not welcome. Fishermen steer clear, haunted by stories passed down for generations. They say the island brings nothing but misfortune to those who dare approach. Poveglia has earned grim nicknames: the Island of Ghosts, Plague Island, names that echo through the centuries, whispered in fear and awe. These names were born from centuries of death and despair. Plague victims, exiles, and the forgotten all found their final rest here, their stories buried beneath the soil. Every overgrown path and crumbling wall seems to hold a fragment of sorrowful tales. The vines that creep along the stones are like fingers, clutching at memories that refuse to fade. The soil itself is said to be saturated with the ashes of countless souls. Some say you can feel their presence in the ground beneath your feet, a silent reminder of all that was lost. So what is it about Poveglia that captures our darkest imaginations? Why does this island, more than any other, seem to draw the curious and the fearful alike? Are the chilling stories just folklore, or is there something truly paranormal at play? Is it the weight of history, or something far more sinister? We're about to delve into the shadows of Poveglia. We'll walk the same paths as those who came before, and listen for the whispers that still linger in the air. We'll uncover its tragic history, piecing together the events that turn this island into a symbol of dread. We'll explore chilling accounts of the supernatural, from ghostly apparitions to unexplained phenomena that defy logic, and we'll try to understand why this island remains a potent symbol of fear, a place where the past refuses to rest. Join me as we journey to Italy's most haunted island. Together, we'll confront the legends, the mysteries, and the truths that lie hidden in the mist. Are the spirits of Poveglia real, or is the island's terror simply the echo of its past? Let's find out, if you dare. Poveglia wasn't always a place of darkness. Its story began in a very different light, far removed from the chilling reputation it holds today. In 421 AD, it was a sanctuary for refugees fleeing barbarian invasions. Families, desperate for safety, found solace on its shores, building new lives far from the chaos consuming the mainland. For a time it was a peaceful fishing community, growing quietly in the Venetian lagoon. Generations of islanders lived simple, tranquil lives sustained by the sea and the fertile land. But as Venice's power grew, Poveglia's strategic location made it a target for fortification and conflict. The island's fate became entwined with the ambitions of the Venetian Republic, and its tranquility was shattered. During the War of Chioggia, islanders were relocated, and Poveglia became a military outpost. Soldiers replaced fishermen, and the island's role shifted from haven to stronghold. Afterward, it was left largely abandoned, its purpose shifting from home to something far more sinister. Nature began to reclaim the ruins, but a sense of unease lingered in the empty corridors and overgrown paths. The island's darkest chapter began with the arrival of the Bubonic Plague. Fear swept through Venice, and the city's leaders sought desperate measures to contain the deadly disease. Venice, a major port, needed somewhere to isolate the sick. The bustling city, with its crowded canals and narrow streets, was a breeding ground for contagion. Poveglia, with its isolation, became a quarantine station. Its separation from the city made it the perfect, if grim, solution for containing outbreaks. This marked a horrifying turning point, from refuge to exile, from hope to near-certain death. The island's gates, once open to those seeking safety, now closed behind the doomed. Starting in the 1700s and possibly earlier, thousands suspected of plague were shipped to Poveglia. Entire boatloads of men, women, and children were sent away, often with little warning or hope of return. For most, it was a one-way trip. Families were torn apart, and the island became a place of sorrow and final farewells. The island became synonymous with the horrors of the plague, a place where hope went to die. Its name struck fear into the hearts of Venetians for generations. Its soil began to accumulate the remains of the unfortunate souls abandoned there. Mass graves and burial pits became grim reminders of the island's tragic new purpose. Poveglia's legacy of suffering was sealed. What began as a sanctuary had become a symbol of despair, its haunted silence echoing the pain of countless lost lives. The numbers are staggering. An unimaginable tragedy unfolded on this small, isolated island. Historians estimate that up to 160,000 people may have died on Poveglia, their lives cut short by relentless waves of plague and disease. Ships arrived regularly, offloading the sick and dying onto the island's shores. These desperate measures were driven by fear of contagion, not by compassion or hope for recovery. Conditions were horrific. Patients received only the barest minimum of care, forced to endure squalor, filth, and the psychological torment of knowing their fate was sealed. Many spent their final days in overcrowded, crumbling wards, surrounded by suffering. Mass graves and giant pyres were used to dispose of the endless stream of bodies. The thick black smoke rising from the fires was a constant, grim reminder of the scale of death. In some areas, the soil is said to be half human ash, a chilling testament to the countless lives lost and burned here. The island itself became a massive, open-air crematorium, forever marked by the presence of death and sorrow. Even after the plague had passed, the memory of what happened lingered. Poveglia was seen as cursed, saturated with centuries of grief and sorrow. This collective trauma laid the foundation for the ghost stories and legends that would haunt the island for generations. The very land seemed to absorb the pain and suffering, creating an atmosphere so heavy and unsettling that even modern visitors report feeling uneasy, as if the past still lingers in the air. Poveglia's reputation as a place of despair and darkness was set in stone, its tragic history impossible to erase. Its haunted legacy was just beginning, destined to echo through the centuries as a chilling reminder of what happened here. After the plague years, Poveglia's story grew even darker. In 1922, a mental hospital opened on the island, its isolation hiding what happened within. Stories spread of neglect, abuse, and a cruel doctor who allegedly performed horrific experiments on patients. The asylum's walls echoed with suffering. Patients claimed to see ghosts and hear whispers, dismissed as madness. Legend says the doctor himself was driven insane by the spirits, eventually leaping from the bell tower to his death. Some say a shadowy figure finished him off as he lay dying. The asylum closed in 1968, officially due to changing mental health practices. But local legend blames the island's restless spirits. The tale of the mad doctor added another gruesome layer to Poveglia's legend. The island's reputation for horror only deepened. Its mysteries remain unsolved. Today, Poveglia is off-limits, but the ghost stories persist. Fishermen report hearing cries and seeing shadowy figures near the island, especially at night. Thrill-seekers who sneak onto Poveglia describe sudden chills, overwhelming dread, and the sensation of being watched. Shadowy figures dart in the ruins, and unexplained lights flicker in abandoned windows. The oppressive atmosphere is almost tangible. Locals avoid the island out of deep-seated fear. Paranormal investigators have recorded eerie voices and even claimed to hear the bell tower toll, though the bell is long gone. The legend of Poveglia lives on, fueled by every new chilling account. Its haunted reputation is stronger than ever. The island's secrets refuse to rest. Is Poveglia truly haunted, or is it just the power of suggestion? Skeptics point to natural explanations, wind, animals, and the mind's tendency to see ghosts where we expect them. Decaying buildings creak, shadows play tricks, and cold spots are just drafts. For some, Poveglia is a monument to urban decay and the power of a good ghost story. Believers, however, argue that the sheer volume of reports can't be ignored. They see the island's history of mass death and suffering as a source of spiritual unrest. Some suggest the trauma left an energetic imprint, a psychic echo trapped in time. Whether it's ghosts or just the weight of history, the impact on visitors is real. Poveglia's mystery endures, fueling debate and fascination. Poveglia is strictly off-limits, owned by the Italian government. The ban isn't just for mystique, the buildings are dangerously unstable, posing real safety risks. Authorities want to prevent accidents and protect what's left of the island's history. Unchecked tourism could accelerate decay or lead to disrespect on a site marked by immense suffering. Over the years, redevelopment attempts have failed. Luxury resorts, cultural centers, even hospitals have been proposed, but nothing sticks. Some blame financial and bureaucratic hurdles. Others say the island's dark legacy scares off investors. Is Poveglia resisting change, or is the cost simply too high? Whatever the reason, the island remains in arrested decay, a forbidden, brooding presence in the lagoon. Its future is as uncertain as its past is haunted. What does the future hold for Poveglia? Will it remain abandoned, or will someone find a way to give it new life? The challenges are immense. Restoration costs, soil contamination, and the island's profound stigma. Who would want to build on land so deeply associated with death and despair? Some suggest a memorial park or a site for historical research, honoring the victims and the suffering endured. Others believe it's best left to nature, a wild sanctuary, and a stark reminder of the past. Whatever happens, Poveglia's legend will endure, woven into Venetian folklore and the world's fascination with the macabre. Its power lies not just in its ruins, but in the chilling narrative it represents. The island's future is unwritten, but its past is unforgettable. Poveglia stands as a chilling testament to human tragedy and the enduring power of legend. From sanctuary to mass grave to asylum, its history is a tapestry of suffering and fear. Why do we remain fascinated? Perhaps it's our curiosity about the unknown, our need to confront fear from a safe distance. Ghost stories rooted in real events tap into something primal, letting us explore life, death, and what might lie beyond. Whether truly haunted or not, Poveglia's story has shaped its reality, keeping it isolated and enigmatic. The island whispers tales of sorrow and terror, a reminder of human vulnerability and the shadows of the past. Its legend endures because it speaks to our fascination with the unknown, and so, we continue to listen.